Right, as I'm sure you can hear, the kettle's boiling, so it's time to crack on and get these two reclining chairs finished and back to the customer. Just got the one to do now, or finish off, should I say. My apologies, I haven't really videoed this one. We've been very busy and these been going on in the background. But we will get them done, so we'll show you just finishing off the bottom and installing the action. And then we'll get it on the floor, check fit the back and check it over. It should all be done and ready to go back to the customer in the morning. So then we're moving on with a high bar stool that I need to get done for a customer as soon as possible, and then we have another suite. So there's always something to do. Fortunately, it's not a bad thing, but there we go, we need to crack on. Taka would just like to say hello. He's sat over there. There he is. You can say hello? No, Taka wants to go and sit in the van. It's his favourite. The van is Taka's favourite space. It's just basically a mobile kennel as far as he's concerned. Get a dog, he'll keep you company in the workshop. Yeah, he does now and again when I force his paws, so to speak, but there you go. So let's crack on and see what occurs. So we're just about ready to put the facings on the back of this, back onto this chair, should I say. The facings were originally attached with these facing clips. They're barbed plastic that goes into a pre-drilled hole into the frame. Unfortunately, in removing them, they get damaged. So with these ones, we're just going to cut them off, and we're going to use a pin gun to attach these facings back onto the chair. So we cut them off, both facings, cover them with the fabric, and then I'm going to use a brad gun, pin gun, to fire a nail through the fabric and into the cardboard to attach it to the arm itself. You won't see the hole because this is a very loose weave fabric. The pins will just go straight through that without leaving any holes. Not possible to do this on or with all fabrics, type with cottons, velvets, etc. can show up any holes that you put into it, but in this case we can do that. So we'll crack on, get these clips cut off and get them covered. So let's spin you around so you can see how we attach these to the chair. So that's the chair pretty much done now. We've just got to attach the back, and the final piece to get stapled on will be a couple of pieces of Velcro which hold the outside back onto the lower part of the frame or the base to stop it flapping around. A couple of bits of Velcro. Obviously the opposite side to the Velcro that's already been sewn onto the outside back, which is just over here. That's the outside back ready to be attached, and the Velcro sewn onto it. So we just need to test fit this onto here, check everything's okay and works, and then that's done, ready to go back to the customer. So let's just do that. Right, so there you have it. It's done. I'm just going to check it over quickly for bits of cotton and anything else I've seen. Then we pop the back off, ready for delivery. So that's all good, ready to go back to the customer in the morning. There's two of them, so they're a pair. One is slightly bigger than the other one. This is the larger one by 2 inches on the width. Not a great deal. I do wonder if the chairs were purchased at different times, or who knows. Sometimes you get the option for a wider chair, and perhaps that's all it is. But I will ask the customer the question when I deliver them back if they were aware that one was slightly larger than the other. And we will see. Okay, so that's these two ready to go back. We've got plenty more to be cracking on with. So onwards and upwards. Right, next. Now the recliners are back to the customer. They're very pleased. We need to crack on with the next job. We would be doing something with the hospital, but I'm waiting on vinyl to come in for that. So we've got to put that on hold just for the moment, whilst we get on with something else. At this point, it's a beautiful fabric from Art of the Loom on this Edwardian Georgian style chair. It's part of a set for a customer. They're having two pieces in different fabrics from the same range, different colorways. I'll spin you around and explain it a little bit better what we're on with next. Literally spin you around. Right, this is the chair in question. It's very nice, it's been stripped. We've got the top cover off of it, so it's ready to be upholstered into Lux boardings. Top cover on. It's going to have double piping around these edges here. That in the same fabric that it's being upholstered in. So let's show you the fabric. It's smashing. It's come round the wrong way round, so the roll's back to front on my bench. So I've just measured the chair for the fabric sizes. I've written them down on the pad. I'll just show you them just for my reference. So there we have them. Inside back at the top, inside arm, then the seat, then the outside arm and outside back. They're just rough guide, gives me something to go with when I'm just about to start cutting the fabric. The pattern on this fabric, we're going to try and keep items centralised on it. It's a very expensive fabric. The customer's happy if the pattern is randomised, so we don't have to have the same pattern in the back, in the top of the seat, in the arms, the outside arms and outside back. But so long as we use a pomegranate and snake in the centre, we just try and centralise the design on each one, I think, and that'll work nicely. And it'll give a variation, it'll show off the whole design rather than just one segment of the design. Okay, so I need to spin this round because it's rolled the wrong way, so we can start cutting. It should be a relatively straightforward chair to do, relatively quick and simple. We will give everything a layer of Lux Bond over the old foam. We don't need to replace the foam, we've not been, it's a recover rather than re-upholstery, but we will have to supply a new seat cushion and template that for the fill and the cover for the customer, and then we're going to double pipe the edges, which we will show you in a later video. So we'll just try and get some cutting done of the fabric on this one to start with, and then we'll leave it there. So I use tailor's chalk to mark the fabric. We can brush it off. Sometimes it's a little bit harder on different fabrics to get off, but this should be straightforward enough. So we can mark it, and I am going to mark it on the face side rather than the reverse of the fabric, because I want to visualize the pattern and the designs as we're cutting. So I'm going to start off with the largest pieces, and the first one on top of my list is the inside back. So it's 26 inches width and 37 tall. Let's check the width of the fabric and see where that comes out at. So the width of the fabric is 55 inches. So the design does run through the centre, but it's got a staggered design on the left and the right. So we're going to end up using a big chunk of fabric for the inside back because of the width of it and where I want to get the design. So in this case we're going to do it with the adder and the pomegranate. So that's the inside back, and looking at this piece here, that will do the outside back. So yeah, we'll use this piece for the outside back. So the inside back, so the inside back and the outside back design will match. Just a note, we try not to use markers to mark the fabric. They are quick, convenient, but they can weep through from the back of the fabric to the front. I have tested it before I've used it on this, so I know it doesn't do that, but it is something that you do need to be aware of, because I have seen writing transfer from the back of the fabric to the front of the fabric, and it may even take a few weeks for it to happen. So you certainly don't want to be delivering it to a customer and then a week's time later they're saying all this weird stuff's come through on the fabric, and you realise what it is. And sometimes it can be very clear what it is, so it is something to think about. So the inside arms will come out half of a width each, and the same with the outside arms. So we'll try and centralise the design on the arms, so we have the same design on the arms again with the pattern. At the moment, this fabric's being very kind. The design is working for the desired sizes of pieces of fabric that I need. Not always the case. With some fabrics you can end up with large pieces of wasted fabric, which you try to take into account at time of quoting. That's why we always need to know the fabric that the customer's having the item in when we're quoting. It can reflect on the price. Keep the fabric face to face, saves risking any mark or damage to it. So that's the inside arms done. Mark them off on my list. Outside arms to go. Again, we'll try and match the outside arms with the inside arms. So I use an inside arm as a guide. As you can see, we're going to have a little bit of fabric here that's not going to get used because of the pattern repeat. Let's move it along. The outside arms are a little bit taller than the inside arms, so we need to adjust it for that. So it needs to be 2 inches top and bottom. inside arm, just used as a template. Just mark them so I don't use them by accident for the inside arm. Now we just got the seat to do. Sometimes with the seat platform you will see furniture with just the front edge, the front 6 inches of the platform with the fabric on it coming over the front. But in this case we're going to do it the full depth of the fabric because we do have the fabric available to do it. There's nothing to be gained from it. But sometimes we do need, or if there's a shortage of the fabric, to use a lining cloth on the back portion of the seat. Mark the front edge of the seat. There you have it. That's the fabric cut to cover the frame. Yet to cut the cushion. We don't cut the cushion fabric until we've got a template for the cushion. We can't really template the cushion until the upholstery is done because pulling things tight can change the dimensions, the width and the depth of the seat. We may want to put a curve on the back of the seat cushion as well, just so it fits neater rather than just a square cushion, which can cause gaps in the back left and right corners. It just doesn't look as good as it could do. So that's the fabric cut for this. I'll make a start and you can follow me along on that. That'll probably be in the next video. So please like, share and subscribe. It means a lot to us. We'll keep putting the content out there and I'll do my best to make it as interesting as I can for you. And you can see what we get up to here at Hammond's Upholstery. But for now, until the next one, cheerio.